Welcome my fellow dwarves, welcome to the second lesson in what will be a long line of tutorial videos provided to you by corporate. In this video training series dubbed Deep Rock Basics, I, your corporate trainer, will be going over all the things you need to know as a new employee of our great intergalactic family-owned company. These basics can include anything on how to use your gear to how to complete certain corporate objectives while on site in Hoxxes IV. Because Greenbeard, who better to tell you how to do your job than a guy sitting back on the space rig? Just settle in as we discuss the next task corporate has for you, going on an alien egg hunt. For this simple task, you'll be shipped down to the surface of Hoxxes IV in search of large yellow alien eggs. Easy enough, I hear you say. However, you can rest assured that the locals won't take too kindly to you and your bearded companions coming in to steal from them. Expect heavy resistance upon entry and exit from the site, as well as each time you recover an egg. In order to help you avoid spending more time than you'd like with your toothy friends from the caves, be sure to look for large masses of organic matter covering the walls, as well as a glowing orange bump amongst them. This be where you'll find your eggs. Keep in mind, if we send you to a larger, more complex cave, there will undoubtedly be more eggs available, and as such, you'll need to retrieve more. Why do we need eggs? Well, why do you need this job? Exactly, don't question the mission, just get it done. When you're deployed to an egg hunt, you can expect some decent resistance upon first landing. This is of course where the locals of Hoxxes IV grow their young, so they do not want you interfering. Once you remove these crawling protesters, you need to make your way to the main egg chamber. This is typically a large cavern with eggs dotted along the walls. In order to access these eggs, you can simply use your trusty pickaxe to cut through the organic matter until you reach the large yellow and purple egg. Same as with the precious morkite, bring that egg to the mining utility lift engine to deposit it for retrieval. However, unlike morkite, the eggs are much too large to fit in your resource bag and must be carried one at a time to the mining utility lift engine. During your voyages to gather eggs, corporate also asks that additional resources be gathered as well. Most of these be bonuses involving extra minerals or plant life, things that we'll discuss in a future Deep Rock Basics tutorial. Keep a watchful eye out for these optional tasks while you're down there, dwarves. Once you've loaded the mining utility lift engine with the required number of eggs, simply activate its recall function and Mission Control will send in a drop pod for extracting the eggs. If you want to return to the space rig, you'll need to get to the pod within 5 minutes. To assist in this, the mining utility lift engine will drop flashing green markers as it makes its way to the drop pod. Simply follow these and you should make it back to the pod in time. Some dwarves have been known to stand atop the mining utility lift engine as it makes its way back to the drop pod. While this can relieve some stress on your legs, it can cause additional stress on the mining utility lift engine, and management does not condone riding the mule. We pay you to retrieve minerals and eggs, not to harass the equipment. And now some tips for our intrepid miners. If you are deployed to Hoxxes IV solo and are given an APD-B317 robotic companion, egg hunts can be completed extremely quickly. Given many egg caverns are fairly open, you can designate an organic mass with your laser designator and have APD-B317 retrieve the egg for you. Keep an eye out when going for the eggs, as the open caverns present a number of fall hazards. Given you are provided with specific PPE to prevent these kinds of injuries, be sure to utilize your equipment to cross chasms, whether that be zip lines, grapple guns, or platform launchers. If you utilize a zip line that the gunner has access to, take care when crossing hazardous falls, as if your suit detects adequate amounts of incoming damage, it will immediately decouple you from the zip line, for your safety of course. There is only so much theft that the wildlife will tolerate on these expeditions. Each egg retrieve will cause hostile bugs to descend on you, but there will always be at least one egg retrieval that will call down a full-scale swarm upon you. Always be ready for the repercussions of your actions, dwarves. Loot bugs, one of the passive bloated creatures that roam the caves of Hoxxes IV, can be a substantial source of nitra on these missions. If your dive team is in need of a resupply from orbit and you're short on nitra, you must be willing to sacrifice the loot bugs for your own survival. Dead dwarves don't bring in any profit. So there you have it, Greenbeards. That's all you need to know about egg hunts when working for Deep Rock Galactic. Simply enter a cavern via drop pods, say hello to the locals while you're stealing their young, deposit the large eggs into the mining utility lift engine, and do your best to make it to the extraction drop pod. If you don't, then at least you'll have done your corporate duty. Out of the 8 missions offered by Deep Rock Galactic, how do you feel about the egg hunt? Leave your opinions in the comment section below. We here at Corporate sincerely hope you make it back from your latest expedition to Hoxxes IV. If you do, be sure you'll subscribe to keep an eye out for the next corporate training module on Deep Rock Basics, and be sure to like this video so that Corporate knows you want more training videos like this one. Until then, fellow dwarves, leave no dwarf behind, and remember to rock and stone.